Hey guys, let me make sure the mic's on. Do we have a little green light? Yes, we do. Welcome back. What do you think of the new, what do you guys think of the new deal? Largely in part because of you guys, we have a little bit of money saved up, but a lot of the money that I spend building this place comes from Patreon. And I never really imagined it would get to this point. All I ever really wanted to do at first, and we're gonna get to this training session with my man Bowser here. We're gonna talk about loading the clicker and the value of all that and, setting the foundation, But I just wanted to say thank you guys, man. I mean, I'm like really happy, building and doing things and getting up every day with something to get excited for. And, you guys are a big part of that. I work hard for everything that I have, but I have to give credit where credit is due. You guys really take a lot of, you take some stress off my back, because like I have this extra bit of funds that come in. I got 240 of you guys at this point. Whether it's 5, 10, 20, 50, you guys are all equally appreciated it because it all adds up. And as a result, we get really cool shit like this. So anyway, long-winded thank you. If you're still watching the video, we're gonna talk about just what I'm doing with Bowser. Bowser's been here for like 3 to 4 days. A big part of the beginning process of a board and train for me is just getting to know a dog and acclimating and having him get to the point where they trust me and they feel comfortable with me, and then we can start to work. And so one of his big things is being controlled out in public. He's a little reactive to dogs. And what I like to do with this particular situation is I like to load a clicker, which is basically just really positive significance. When he hears this sound, papa, you don't want your food? That's terrible news. Let me see if he'll take it from my hand. Well, this ain't working out like we had planned. You're not hungry enough to eat your food. What do you do in this situation? Maybe an opportunity for a learning moment for you guys. If he's not willing to take the food from me, I have 2 options. I could go get a higher value reward, something that he will take, something like, freeze-dried raw or a piece of moist meat or something, because this does actually have little raw pieces in it, so he's being super like, I'm over it. So in any case, or I actually just put him away and wait till he's hungry enough to eat it. Okay, because I have to be able to tie it in together. So like, there has to be something good to come following the sound. And in most cases, we like to use food for that. So what am I gonna do now? I'm probably just gonna get his leash and see if I can't try a couple more times and at least work on a little structured walk here in this nice little shaded area that we have now up here, which is great. Great opportunity to shoot some content and stay cool at the same time. Bowser, here bud. Yes, good boy. Yeah. Sometimes like when I'm forming like that initial recall, I'll get down like this. Good boy. It's a little more welcoming. Bowser. Ah. Yes, boy. The was correcting him not listening. Good. That's a guy. Grab that leash. Good boy. Come on, Bowser. Up. Nope. Come on, up. That's a guy. Good boy. Good. Yeah, I'll just click and use affection. Good boy. Ah. Good. Oh, it's a good eye contact, bud. Nah. Too stressed out to eat? Nope. Let's just ask him to do something relatively simple. The wind blowing the walls of this tent is kind of like a little stressful for him. It's not a big deal. It's not going to kill him, and it's not overstimulating. He's not flooded. So I'm just going to ask him to do something simple right now and just Stay on top of this platform with me. Good boy. Give him some physical reward and some verbal affirmation. Good boy. Good. This way. Good. Ask him to do something simple, and if he does it, click. I just want him to step. I just want him to come this way. Here, Papa. Good. Click. Pressure comes off. This way. Good. He's not going to take food. You got to figure something out. If he turns to me, I'll click. Bowser. Bowser. Good, right there. Bowser, sit. Sit. Good sit, dude. So here's the thing. There's a teaching point right here. He's experiencing a little bit of stress, and he's not really checked in with me. Now, one of the mistakes people make, I always refer to the mistakes I know people make, is they'll ask a dog to do something when they have absolutely no engagement from them. And the dog, in this particular instance, is sort of stuck on something. If I want to help him out, and if I want to expect an actual result from him, I have to do my best to get some attention from him first. Okay? Now, I know you probably think, well, what about when Rosie's not paying attention to you and you give her a recall? Well, I have her e-collar trained, and she's a very well-trained dog. She doesn't go to those like frozen, scared spaces. She's extremely confident. So this is a different dog, and we're working through something completely different. Okay? Good. Sit. So you see, when he looked up at me, he's 20 times more likely to perform the thing that he's been practicing. Now, if he's over there in left field and he's frozen and stuck with like this little bit of a fear vibe, and you ask him to sit, he's not going to do it. And that's when people start to repeat themselves like 5,000 times. And then all of a sudden the dog snaps out of their shit, and then they recognize, then the dog basically did it after the 800th command, when you really could have just like did your best to break, get some attention, and then give information. I think that's a great tip. And if anything, if nothing else from this video, because the whole loading the clicker thing didn't exactly work out like we had planned, you can at least take that. We're gonna cut it off here. I'm just gonna do some really boring, basic, simple walking around with him, and then I'll see you guys in a minute with a completely different dog, working through completely different situations. Thank you guys.